Count. 27. Check. 26.
Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they do that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third.
Go. Hey, Delta. Hey, lock it. Ready.
Throwing on third and long. Jones. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jalen Smith in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. PAT up and good by Rosas, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Let's go, D. Check it back.
We're going to 54. Why?
He's coming. Double up. He's in 6. Check 3.
26.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Double go. That's the way. Say.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there, first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Give me some.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter.
Let's go now. 30 base.
Go. Again, tight left. I love it. 3 out.
Let it go. Let's go.
On 3rd and 2, Jones got a man, Slayton. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
Let's go.
Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Giants.
Here we go. 60 or.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. 3 out. Chance.
A first down carry for Barkley. Well, they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Go, baby. Turn over. Get that ball. Check 15.
On 2nd down now, Barkley. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Update now from a game going on in Pittsburgh. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. Now Pollard. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Prescott to throw it.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
A good pickup there at 22. They'll run on 1st down. Pollard. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4. Prescott. He'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 1st down, Pollard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, Pollard. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. First down, Prescott. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. The extra point splits the uprights, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They'll run with Barkley. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
Protein spill.
He's creeping.
Ready.
Now Jones. And Tate's got it. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. First catch so far for Tate, and he's got a 1st down.
And the Giants' 1st down.
Okay, ready?
50 seconds left. You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
Give me 2 jet bombers. Give me 2 jet bombers. Hey, Alpha.
Jones throwing on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On second down now, Barkley. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. First down sack, second down negative rushing play.
And I will guarantee you right now the head coach is weighing in on his headset to the offense coordinator, whether he thinks it's strategy or he thinks it's execution, because that's going to determine this next play call. Are you staying with what you're doing, or are you going in a different direction?
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
Check, hey, exit.
57, Mike, 57. All day, every
You're out.
day. Slam.
2.
Here's Jones, operating from the gun. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Pass hauled in downfield, and he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Run for Pollard. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second and 11 now, Prescott. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, third down here. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to fourth down. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they take a 17-14 lead. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
And it's 3rd down.
Ready, break.
57, Mike 57. I'm coming for you.
Hey, echo.
57's the mic. Rock 57. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Switch. Switch.
Now Jones on 3rd down. And that's knocked away and incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half. Still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion, they'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2.
Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch.
Check 26.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 41. The run by Elliott, a good one on 1st down as he's able to pick up about 6 there. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
Prescott, a quick throw caught by Cooper. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 23.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up the block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Pollard again. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 14.
Kill.
50, Mike, 50.
So we're going to 53.
Give me his traps. Let's go.
26.
3rd and long for Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go to Barkley again. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Topper!
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Elsewhere, second half action at Heinz Field. And the Browns, they've extended their lead in that ball game. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
46.
On 2nd and 7, Prescott. On the crossing route, complete. It's Williamson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's see what you got.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll run on 1st down. Pollard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 14-yard line.
Watch the whip. Back. Check.
They'll keep it on the ground. Pollard. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
We got three, fellas, we got three. Who's on 85?
Pilot, 64, we.
You got tank. You got tank. You got tank right there.
Light.
57.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Randy Gregory in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
52. Look at me. Go, go. Hard, hard. Bam, bam. Shoot.
Jones now throwing on 3rd and long. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. Rock it, rock it. Go.
On 4th down, Jones. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off, Byron Jones. And some room to work. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Ready, ready.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, but it's going to be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, he's got a couple more downs to play with.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the 1st half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the 1st target in the 2nd half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 26-yard line.
On the
The
set.
Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to pull your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on second down. Jones, he's got his man. This is Tate. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards there and a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Watch the eye.
On the draw, this is Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
On the double.
57. It's our time. It's our time.
Ready?
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Let's 57, 57, drop. Hey, watch them. Hey, Foxtrot.
From the 41, Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Score. Lucky. Hey, Zoo. Hit it.
Jones to throw on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here I come again.
Here's Jones throwing on 4th down. He completes it to Tate. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Come on, set.
Jones now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here.
Move. You have to go.
Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Hey, lock it. On the ball. Get.
Jones now. Back to the air on second down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job. Especially
in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Back to the air on second down. Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that's caught inside the 30. Now we'll get whistles and then signal for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And his kick is indeed good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often. But you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter. But second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
And next